If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
Joji Mizuno, Joe Shishido, a former Kobe Metropolitan Police Department detective fired after being convicted of embezzlement, is released from prison. During his incarceration, his partner, Detective Takeshita, died in an apparent lover's suicide with a call girl. However, Mizuno believes that the adultery and the suicide was staged by Nomoto Enterprises, a yakuza group whose prostitution operations Takeshita was investigating. Posing as a gangster, Mizuno infiltrates the Nomoto organization in order to find out the truth. At Takeshita's memorial service, Mizuno promises his dead partner's wife, Kumiko, Misako Watanabe, that he will find her husband's killers. Mizuno is partnered with a young soldier named Goro Minami, Ime Esumi, and quickly earns the respect of both Minami and the eccentric head of the Nomoto group, Tetsuya Nomoto, Akiji Kobayashi, by re-securing protection payments from a business that had switched allegiances to the Sanko family. Nomoto's sworn rivals, Sanko's second-in-command Shigeru Takechi, Ajigo, tries to kidnap Mizuno in retaliation. But Mizuno manages to turn the tables and takes Takechi hostage instead, forcing him to take him to his boss. Mizuno meets with Sanko family head Shinzuke Onodera, Kinzo Shin, and surprises him by offering to spy on Nomoto for money. Quote, Mizuno is approached by Keiko, Naomi Hoshi, one of Nomoto's mistresses, who recognizes him as a cop from her days as a prostitute. She blackmails him into helping her identify and kill Nomoto's mysterious sixth mistress, the one who secretly runs the prostitution racket, so she can take her place. Aside from Nomoto himself, the only one who knows the sixth mistress's identity is Nomoto's gay brother Hideo Tamio Kawachi, who is infamous for going berserk and attacking anyone who impugns the reputation of their prostitute mother. Mizuno goes to the love hotel Hideo uses as his base of operations and tries to gather information by posing as a client, only to get into a fight with him after realizing that Hideo was involved in framing Takeshita. Ishizaki, Shiro Yanase, one of Nomoto's enforcers, breaks up the fight, and Mizuno is brought before Nomoto and interrogated about his reasons for prying into the prostitution ring. Under duress, Mizuno reveals that Keiko put him up to it and, luckily for him, Nomoto kills her before she can reveal Mizuno's identity. Single quote. Mizuno learns of a planned multi-million yen drug deal between Nomoto Enterprises and an out-of-town group, the Ishiyama family, so he brings the information to Onodera, laying out a plan for the Sanko men to steal the money from the Ishiyamas after the deal and make it look like Nomoto Enterprises are responsible. Takechi and his men rob the Ishiyama agents successfully. And just as Mizuno planned, Nomoto is blamed. However, one of Ishiyama's men recognizes Mizuno and makes him as a police officer. Mizuno is captured by Nomoto's men and tortured. But he manages to conceal his double cross by telling them that he used to be a cop until he was caught and convicted for corruption. Mizuno convinces Nomoto that the Sanko family committed the robbery in retaliation for losing the protection racket Mizuno stole back from them. Nomoto sends Mizuno Minami and Ishizaki to capture and question Takechi. The trio break into Taichi's apartment and hold his wife, Yuriko Abe, hostage while they wait for Takechi to come home. When Mizuno sees Takechi coming from the apartment's balcony, he tosses him a note warning of the ambush. But rather than heed his advice, Takechi bursts into his apartment with a gun drawn. A shootout ensues, during which Takechi, his wife, and Ishizaki are killed and Minami is gravely wounded. With the police in pursuit, Mizuno and the weakened Minami flee to the nearby home of Takeshita's widow, who hides them. Mizuno calls Nomoto and lies that Takechi knew they were coming, meaning the Sanko family may be planning an attack. Then immediately calls Onodera and tells him of Taichi's death, setting the two gangs up to attack each other. When Kumiko asks him what is happening, Mizuno explains his work as a double agent and his plan to provoke the Sanko and Nomoto clans into destroying each other to avenge her husband's murder. Nomoto sends his men to retrieve Mizuno and Minami, leaving Hideo behind to hold Kumiko hostage so she will not contact the police. When Mizuno returns to Nomoto headquarters, Nomoto reveals that he has learned of Mizuno's double cross and has him chained to the ceiling to be tortured. However, before Nomoto can kill him, Mizuno is saved when the Sanko family arrives and attacks Nomoto's mansion, leading to a massive shootout. After he realizes his gang will lose the battle, Onodera drives his car through the mansion's wall and detonates a bomb in a final kamikaze strike. The explosion takes out most of Nomoto's men and gives Mizuno a chance to escape. Nomoto attacks him, and after a struggle, Mizuno subdues him and forces him to confess the identity of Takeshita's murderer, Kumiko. Takeshita's wife, Kumiko, is Nomoto's sixth mistress and head of the prostitution ring, who married Takeshita in order to keep an eye on the movements of the police from the inside. When Takeshita discovered the truth and was preparing to expose his wife and Nomoto's crimes, she staged the double suicide, killing both him and the call girl herself. Kumiko is also the one who revealed Mizuno's true intentions to Nomoto. Nomoto overpowers the shocked Mizuno and prepares to kill him, but Minami shoots him first and then dies from his own wounds. Mizuno returns to the Takeshita house and finds Kumiko and Hideo having a friendly chat. When Kumiko leaves the room, Mizuno enters and beats Hideo, then holds Kumiko at gunpoint and forces her to confess to the murder. Kumiko admits to having killed Takeshita but claims Nomoto made her do it, despite Nomoto claiming the opposite. Mizuno tricks her into insulting the Nomoto brothers' mother within earshot of Hideo, and then leaves her behind to be killed by him. Afterwards, Mizuno sends audio recordings he made of Nomoto and Kumiko's confessions to his former police superiors before departing.